Good morning, everybody. It's another day in paradise, and it is paradise, isn't it? Sunny Las Vegas is back. How wonderful is that? I love it. Uh, well, is your glass half full, half empty, or is it overflowing? This is a chart that John Burns did, and another person I've started to follow. He's a real estate consultant, and he says half full. Pre-COVID, let me put my microphone on. Got interrupted it. Okay. There we go. Now I can hear. Anyway, he says half full. Pre-COVID homeowners have tremendous home equity with prices rising 36% nationally in the last 3 years. So that seems like that glass is half full. Prices going up. If you owned your home the past 3 years, and of course, if you owned it longer, it's gone up more. Then is your glass half empty? Home prices are down 3% from April 2022, peaked nationally through January 2023, with declines in 77% of the 150 largest markets. So those people, they are looking at half empty. And then there's overflowing. And that means that prices have risen 55% in South Florida. Amazing. If you bought a home for $1 million, it's worth $1.5 million. How wonderful is that? If you bought a home for $400,000, it's worth $600,000. And that's in a short period of time. John didn't say the time period, but that's just really in the past year and a half. So 2 years maybe. But I love this graphic. I think it's a great graphic for you to perhaps pass on to your sphere of influence, your clients, post it on social media. We've got his logo up there, giving him credit for it. And anyway, I really liked that. Yeah. So now, what's going on in Las Vegas? Woohoo! April the 10th. Unbelievable. 1/3 of the month is gone, everybody. This is the second quarter, the first month of the second quarter. We have 54 days of inventory, with the median price holding steady at $425,000. Right now, the stats show in March it dipped up a little bit to $427,000, which is not a bad thing. And then it came down a little bit to $425,000. And I suspect that's because we probably had some competition out there, because we only have 26% of our market is the median price of $425,000 and under. So that's probably giving a gateway to some competitive bidding and things of that nature. And prices have come down definitely since last year. However, they are holding steady and climbing just a little bit. So we'll see what happens by the end of this month. I suspect April, May, we might go up a little bit. We might go up to 430. Let's see about my prediction. We'll see how close I am. We're selling right now in April 74 homes a day, and that does not include new homes. New home sales are ticking along there too. I think they're doing about 700 a month. So they're doing about 20 a day, 25 a day. Not bad. That's 100 sales a day, and 100 new homeowners. And that helps our economy. As you know, real estate becomes 18% of the economy, because it's not just the home. It's all the things people buy when they buy a new home, when they get a home, a resale home or a new home. They're fixing things up. They're out there spending money. And that keeps our economy so healthy here in Las Vegas. And we have 21 non-owner occupied sales, and those are second homes and investors. And a percentage of that 20 are cash. Not as much as it was. It's gone down considerably, but we've still got people investing in Vegas. And we've got about 55% of our homes are owner occupied. That's to me, I wish it were more. It used to be 60, but now it's gone down to 55%. So there's people that perhaps retire, or they keep their home They rent it though, and then they move up. So some of that plays into there. And as our population grows, you're going to see more of that as well. So I don't know what kind of a good figure that is for what use it does. It mystifies me, but I will tell you one thing. The $1 million homes are continuing to niche up. They're at 3.2 per day. And we were down a little bit at the beginning of the year. I think we were like at 2.78 if I go back to my stats. So in 2022, we were selling 4 a day. Then we dropped down. Now we're inching back up. I think we're going to hit 4 a day again. I predict that. All in all, we have a pretty healthy market. And one of the interesting things that, before we go on to some more stats, that I think I have it here. Hold, please. Where'd it go? Well, if I don't, what did it happen? Well, we have, I'm looking here at the open house, and at the last page, they say that we have 1,217 new licensees since the last newsletter. So that the last newsletter actually that they did was in September. So this is April. I think they skipped one in there somewhere. But anyway, since September of 2022, we have added 1,217 new licensees. And that gives us a total in Clark County, I should say. Active brokers are 1,890. Active broker sales, 2,228. And active real estate agents, 16,233. And that's a total active of 20,351. And so there's a lot of new blood out there. And I think a lot of them are young millennials. Yeah, they're saying, hey, I want to get part of this real estate, right? Yes. And if you let me go here a little bit more. There we go. There it is. Let me hide this one for a second. Yeah, there we go. So this shows you, and I highlighted it, and I'll post this on the group just in case you want it for reference. So as you can see, in all of Nevada, we have 27,363 agents, but in Clark County, 20,351. That's a lot of competition out there, right? Yes, and we have 3,155 active property managers and 357 active business brokers, and that number has soared over the years. Yes, as Las Vegas grew, so did that number. And we still have agents that want to sell businesses, but you have to have a broker that has a business permit, and you have to have a business license. So we have at our company, John is a business broker, and he's also got his business permit. So if you can refer people to these business brokers if your broker doesn't have a license, a permit, they call it. Okay, so let's get down with that for a second. And I wanted to show something else here. All right, legislatures. The legislative changes with the Nevada Electronic Legislative Information System. That's a mouthful. So licensees, all you realtors out there, you can track the legislative changes with the Nevada Electronic Legislative Information System. And they gave it an acronym. They call it NELIS. Not to be confused, right? Anyway, this is the 82nd legislative session. And a number of bills that could influence our business in the state of Nevada, including the business of real estate licensees. Yes, they're starting to get into us. And the legislature website provides the most up-to-date session information. So I'm going to put this in the group. And if you look down here, these bills to watch are bills to watch regarding our business. There's a lot of things in here about property management and other items of interest. Never fails. Okay. So you can click on these highlighted bills, and you can go and read the synopsis of the bill, but then you can actually go in, click another button, and you can go into the detail of the bill, and you can see where they've redlined things and changed things. Very interesting. You know, we're all very busy, and this takes a lot of time to do. I will tell you that it takes a lot, because you really have to read every line to know what they're really trying to say, because it's legalese. So it's a very informative analysis, a very informative system. And I would suggest that you look briefly over these different bills. Just click on every link and see if any one or two of them interest you. There's some things they've taken out there, like in the law, it used to always say bonded. Well, they've taken that word bonded out, because that's really security deposit. That was one of the things that I thought was a good idea. Anyway, because people would get confused. Agents would always ask us, well, what does bonded mean? We don't use bonds anymore. We use security deposits. Anyway, so I would say that you should stay updated about the coming changes, and use this to track the most impactful bills. Lots of strange things going on. They are, one of the things I will tell you, they're saying that they're proposing that we can only have one applicant for a property. Now, obviously, they're not in the property management business, because, I mean, you just get plummeted with applications sometimes if it's a really good property in a really good location, and then you have to decide who best qualifies. That's part of our job. So anyway, we'll see what happens with that. I was surprised to see that. Moving on today. So let's talk a little bit about statistics today, and interest rates. So first of all, here's how things play out, as far as if you take the single family homes and you divide them into price ranges, into things that seem pretty logical when I look at the different areas and so on and so forth. And that's why I chose these different divisions. And 29% is of the single family homes that are on the market are between $350,000 and $425,000. And now there are 3,858 single family homes. So that will give you an idea here of how many are in each category. So if you go, let's see, you go way down there. What's that? I think the last one's 2%. I'm pretty sure that it is. Let's see, let me move it up here. No, it's 5%. Oh, yeah, that one's 2%. Okay, there we go. Get this back here. There we go. Yeah, the 900 to 999 is 1%, and then over. So 5% of the market is, and I was just looking at my stats. 5% of the market is million plus homes. That's a good niche. Of course, this is some guidelines for you to figure out what price range you might want to farm. I mean, what sells? So if you look at the 425 and you got 29%, and you say, well, no, I'm going to, instead of making, let's say 3% of 400 is 12,000. Instead of making 12,000, I want to make 24,000. Yeah, but look how small that market is. I mean, it's 1/10 of what the $400,000 market is. So you need to think about how you're going to spend your money. You can spend it in this area, let's say from 350 to 500, you've almost got 50% of the market. So that might be a good group of farms to get. And you don't really need to even have anything big. I know I was listening to an agent this morning on a broadcast, and she started last year, and she started open houses. And she started doing open houses in a community of less than 50 homes. And in the next season, she had 5 listings out of that small farm. And that's not bad for her second year. And she ended up, that was her listing. She had, I think she did 10 sales that year, because She has sat the open houses and got buyers from the open houses in that neighborhood. And so guess what happens? So this was what she said, that so the next year, the third year, people would say, oh, you've got to get Darcy to list your home. She's the girl that lists our homes here, and she's the girl that knows the neighborhood, and she's the girl that gets the buyers. So anyway, you build up a reputation when you have a system and you have a tactic and strategy that works, and it worked for her. And like I said, you don't have to have a huge farm, but you do have to. And I would think that you might want to pick a smaller farm or a smaller segment of the area. But if you're new, and I know, what did we just say, 1,200 new licensees, and you're trying to figure out how you're going to make a living, open houses, and not just one a month, not just one a week. Do you know now the trend is that the successful people that I was listening to, they're doing 4 or 5 a weekend. Yeah, they're saying, I'm going to sit this open house from 10 to noon. I'm going to sit this one from 2 to 4. And they'll do 4 open houses on a Saturday, Sunday, and then they'll throw a Friday in there. They do 6 open houses. Do you think they're getting a database built up? Of course they are. Do you think the people are getting to know them? Of course they are. And do you know what else they do? Then they go 5 houses to the left and 5 houses to the right, and they knock on doors, either before or after or during, if it's really a quiet open house, which sometimes that happens. Hey, Mr. Neighbor, I'm sitting over here at this open house and nobody's coming, but I had the time to do a CMA on your home, and you give them a CMA. And oh, by the way, could I have if I would text you if things change or what the status is going on at this house, and you get their phone number, because phone numbers right now are hard to come by. There's a whole system of getting phone numbers, but you almost need a virtual assistant to do that effectively. So anyway, yes. So you want to do open houses, all you new agents. And so I keep going down that road to a farm and a database. That's list to last. And you have to have a database so that you can list to last. All righty. Next on the agenda today, let's see what else we want to talk about. It was mortgages. Here we go. Okay, let's put this down. Okay, I think what I'm going to do now is, let's see here. We are going to have a class we're having a class right now as we speak. So it's too late for that. But next week, we're going to have agency. Jimmy Dagg's going to do the duties owed. Fantastic class. He's got different compliance issues in there, different scenarios in there. We don't role play so much as we used to get in groups. We don't do so much of that anymore. We have more class participation between the Zoomers and the in-class people. And it's very entertaining, very engaging. So this is a great class if you need your CEs. And it's next Friday from 10 to 1 at 8400 West Sahara, or you can Zoom. It all counts for your required agency. All right, let's talk a little bit about the mortgages, and then we'll wrap it up for the day. And I will see you Wednesday. I'm going to get back on schedule. I know I've been all over the place. So what we know now is, whoa, wrong one. Talk too much. Here we go. This is it. Nope, that's not it. Hang on, everybody. I lost my slides. Where did they go? I can read them to you if I can't find them. So. All righty. So during the past, I can just read to you. I think. Hold on. Sides, where'd you go? I know I did you. I had you right up there. Always fun when you're doing things live. See where they went. I'm talking about mortgages and what different people have said about the mortgages. I don't think that one's it. No. NAR is right in the middle of the pack right now when we do talk about the mortgages. And they're saying that we're going to hold steady right about 6.364. And that's what I wanted to show you, what the different people said. I can go get Da, 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 da. That is so strange. That's not it. That's not it. All right, hold on. Hold on, everybody. We'll get them. I'll get them. I think this was it. Mortgage, mortgage, mortgage. The inventories are going down across the board in the United States. So, that affects us. Okay, here we go. As of April 6th, the average 30-year fixed rate mortgage was 6.28%, and that's according to Freddie Mac. So looking ahead to the second quarter, various experts predict that the average rate will finish higher than this. Here's a breakdown. So this is from the authorities, what their opinions are. So you've got the Mortgage Bankers Association, and they're saying that interest rates are going to go down sometime this quarter, right? They're going to go down to 6.1. That would be awesome. Any activity when it goes down, even like last week when it went down just a touch, we had some activity because people hear, oh, the interest rates are going down. That gives them hope that they may go down farther, just so you know. Wells Fargo, they're predicting 6.2%. And here's the National Association of Realtors. They're predicting 6.3. So they're right in the middle. Now, Freddie Mac is saying they're going to go up to 6.4. Fannie Mae is saying they're going to go up to 6.6. And the National Association of Home Builders is saying they're going to go to 6.68. So that's pretty much, that's like what, 0.6% of a interest rate fluctuation there between everybody. So the National Association of Realtors falls right in the middle with a forecast of 6.3. And the lowest, of course, is the Mortgage Bankers Association, Wells Fargo. They have the lowest projections, both predicting that the average 30-year fixed interest rate will settle at 6.1 and 6.2 respectively for the next 3 months. So we shall see. I think next week the inflation figures come out again, so we will see what happens. That's all I have for today. I'm going to post the I think that was is there another slide there? Oh, yeah. Oh, here's the interest rate since 2022. And I'll post these in the group for you. In last February, the interest rate, oh my God, was 3.76. And it kept going up every month, until in October, it hit its peak at 6.9. That was the mortgage rates. Now it says interest, but we know it means mortgage. And then November, it went down a little bit. December went down a little bit. January went down a little bit. February went down a little bit. And now we're back up a little bit. 6.28. It went up to, 2/100ths of a point from 6.26. Yeah, not very much. From 6.26, it went up to 6.28. Hopefully it'll come back down again to where it landed there in February, at the beginning of February. All right, everybody, you have a wonderful day. Go out there and enjoy the sunshine and the warm air. And it's time to turn on the air conditioning in my house. We'll see you all later. Love you. If you get a minute, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, hit the notification so you know when I go live. I'm going to try to get more regular, but it's a work in progress, but I'm not giving up. Love you all. Have a